Hey guys, welcome back to Gun Pub. I'm doing my 1,000 round review of the Canik Mete SFT, and this is strictly for educational purposes only, and I'm not selling anything. Okay, first off, the mag is empty, pinky check, and the firearm is clear. Okay, the Canik Mete SFT. Okay, I have on a budget light. It's a Go Plant GPV 03, and I have on the Zulisi Otter optic. It is a RMSC optic, right? Okay, the Mete SFT. Would I everyday carry this? Absolutely not. Very uncomfortable. This would be a very uncomfortable gun to carry. The rear sights are some of the worst. All right, not for aiming perspective, but just as a carry gun or racking, it has some horrible rear sights. They're extremely sharp, and I cut here with on them, and I cut here. So these slide serrations right here are absolutely just for show. Because I was racking like this, and my came right off and went right into the rear slide, cut here, and then one day I was racking like this, hand slipped, cut right in my finger right there. So these front serrations do nothing. If you're going to rack it from the front, I'd probably go to the tip, like here, which is dumb because it's like right near the barrel, but you get a better hold off the gun by doing that. But it's a very slippery gun, and the serrations do nothing for it. But as a carry gun, as I say, horrible. If you don't have on the optic, this is going to cut you up, the rear sights. Okay, the 1,000 rounds, I had maybe 2 stovepipes and a few failure to feed. I think the failure to feed and the stovepipes were might have been limp risking it. But also is that when it loads here, it's kind of really tight getting in here to get into the barrel here when it's loading. The ramp, it's kind of really narrow. So that could be it. And the spring is really heavy. And I was using 115 grain Sellers and Bellot. So I don't know if that contribute to it. Yeah, so those were the only failures. But shoots well. Recommend it. Good range toy. Especially because of the trigger. You know, it does have a very nice trigger. As you can see, it has a trick. This one has a tricky trigger because the first move, you stop here, you think this is a wall, but it's not, and then you have a little bit more travel. So you have this take up, it comes to a fake wall, which I'm going to call a dry fire wall, to be honest. So you have like a fake wall, then you have a little bit more travel. And then when you reach that wall now, it's like a really nice break though. Great break, great reset. So you can shoot this gun fast. It's a bit snappy, that's why I really have this light on it to kind of some weight on the front, because it's pretty snappy for a full-size gun. I have the magwell on here. Don't really need the magwell, to be honest. Doesn't, but cool factor just having on a magwell. You know the load. Positive mag release. The slide release also, you know, really positive. It's a good slide release. Could do in a little more texture in here. This little texture mark here is ridiculous to me. You know, you feel it, but the space, it doesn't have a space. I know this kind of has a high bore axis, but they could put a little more texturing right there. This undercut here makes no sense to me because I still end up with Glock knuckle when you find a lot of shots. This part of the trigger, not bad, you know, you can really go under here and feel good, but this right here makes no sense to me. You're still getting that Glock knuckle. Not a bad under the beaver tail here. You can get high up under it, even though it has a high bore axis. Yeah, but it's a good range toy, in my opinion. 100% would not carry it, and definitely not racking it from here. When I rack it now, I strictly rack it from the optic or hold tight and rock. I'm not, this not, do not rock it from here. Your hand will slip because it does have a very tight recoil spring. And yeah, that's about it. So would I recommend? Yeah, for a range toy. The trigger is good though. The trigger is good. But if you're just practicing or learning to shoot, I'd get something that has like a bad trigger to practice with. Because if you get good with a bad trigger, when you get a trigger like this, you're really going to appreciate it. And a trigger like this, you can shoot real fast. When you have a trigger like this. When you get over the fact that it has a funny kind of, you have like a wall here. Because this feels like a wall. Until you pull a little more and then you really reach the real wall. So it has, at first you get a little hard to get used to it, because the first time I used to be like boom, and the shot miss, I shoot low left because I kind of slam it. But when you realize that you have a little extra to the wall and then a nice break, really nice break, and a short reset. Yeah, so for a range toy, yeah, it's worth it. But definitely not a pistol that I would EDC. Absolutely not. And just remember, you don't have an optic on. Do not rack from the front. You know, rack from the rear. Do not rack from the front, or this rear side is definitely going to cause you some pain. Okay, guys, that's it for the 1000 round review. I'll catch you later.